Hey guys, and what a fantastic edition of Raw this was. It was brilliant. Everything had purpose. There was fantastic in-ring action. There's a new tag team tournament, and how do you not start with the Bullet Club, Gallows and Anderson? I was a little surprised with the lack of the pop that they got when they came out. Maybe that's to do with the fact that not all of the crowd are familiar with these guys. It seemed a little quieter than what I was expecting. But what a moment. It really doesn't matter. What a fantastic moment. Everything has changed. Everything has changed. Because you could get Balor coming up at any time now. They could interfere in any matches. It's a new stable. It's like having the Shield. I'm so excited to see where we go from here. I thought they looked really good as well. It was brilliant. The show started with Shane, and he was talking about the fact that there was going to be new stars, so he did hint at it. He also talked about the fact that there was going to be this tag team tournament to find a number one's contender. A little disappointed that that's not called like the Dusty Rhodes Classic Tag Tournament or something along those lines. Why is it just the number one tag tournament? You'd have thought they could have honoured someone, but it doesn't matter. We found out about that. We got the Natalya Charlotte title match tonight. Brilliant match as well. Maybe my favourite on the night, but it's tough, innit? I mean, this thing was stacked. First match we had was Cesaro against Owens, which was absolutely brilliant. That spinning uppercut, I've seen Cesaro do that many times, but it's still a fantastic spot. I loved how Owens was, shouting out, "I've got the best headlock," and he accidentally knocked JBL's hat off at the announce table, and he picked it up and apologised. Sometimes I get carried away and stuff along that. He's funny. It was really entertaining. You went from a really great promo into a really great first match. And then after that, we go into the Dudley Boys against the Luchas in the first match of the tag tournament. This was all right, but to tell the truth, I was just waiting for Enzo and Cass. They came out, and it was pretty good. It was pretty good. It was very, very quick. I did enjoy Enzo turning around, going, "No, Devon." When he was talking to Devon. It was a great little moment. Charlotte and Natalya next, absolutely fantastic match. So many great spots in this, but got to talk about the finish. I honestly thought she'd won the title. Brilliant false finish. The referee then announces that he's actually disqualifying Charlotte because of the interference of Ric Flair. It is annoying that Natalya didn't learn that lesson from before. You would have thought by now she would bring someone. Doesn't even have to be Jim the Anvil Neidhart, or doesn't obviously Brett has kind of just come out of his battle with cancer, which he won, but I completely understand why he's not ringside. But she needs someone, anyone. So it's a shame she's not learnt that lesson, but hopefully we're building towards Payback. The problem is I don't see her winning at Payback. I just think that this is a stopgap kind of a feud, so that we're building towards maybe Charlotte, Sasha for SummerSlam or something along those lines. But Natalya deserves a run with the title. But I just think Charlotte's so good. Charlotte's robe, her entrance, absolutely amazing. She looks the part. Really, really into the Divas division. Divas division? God, what is wrong with me? The women's division? Sorry. Next we had Social Outcasts going up against the Usos, and I didn't have high hopes for this, but to tell the truth, it was fairly quick. And then we got the Bullet Club come out. It came out of nowhere, blindsided the Usos, Gallows and Anderson. I don't know if they're going with the Bullet Club name, but I know that Bailey used it as a hashtag, which can't read much into. But also it was displayed, there was tweets running along the bottom of the screen, and one of the tweets that WWE had highlighted had hashtag Bullet Club. Now I can't imagine that they would allow that to slip onto TV if they didn't have the rights to it. So I know they've been trying for those rights. Don't know, we'll have to see. Could be Balor Club, could be Bulletproof, could be Bullet Club, could be Ballet Club, could be whatever, I don't know, but we'll have to see. But they looked brilliant. Commentators didn't do a brilliant job of really putting them over. And as I said, the crowd seemed a little quiet. Still a great moment, don't get me wrong. You know, I was over the moon with it, but yeah, you know, it's onwards and upwards from here. Absolutely onwards and upwards. Cannot wait to see where this leads. Next, we had Sammy against AJ Styles. If Sammy won, then he was going to get added to the triple threat. Absolutely brilliant match. On a night where we've had Owens against Cesaro, we've had Charlotte against Natalya for the Women's Championship. Now we're getting Sami Zayn going up against AJ Styles. And again, the match has purpose. Absolutely brilliant match. I mean, that Blue Thunder Bomb, I honestly thought it felt like ages that he was spinning him around for, and he landed it. When he landed it, it was perfect. It was brilliant. But I was pleased with how it finished. I thought that I think it's too soon for Sammy to get into that main event picture. It feels a bit too soon for AJ Styles to be there, to tell the truth, because I don't see them putting the title on Styles. I think they're going to run with Roman. You know, maybe if this was a little bit further down the road, then, you know, you might think AJ Styles has got a chance, but are they going to put the belt on him so soon after he's lost the feud to Jericho? I don't know if he lost the feud, but he certainly lost the highest profile match in that feud. And talking to Jericho, he was obviously on his highlight reel. We saw Miz backstage as well. I was quite surprised there was no Miz TV. But the little backstage interaction with Miz and Maurice I thought was excellent. Really entertaining. I thought how they used Dr. Phil was all right as well. No in-ring nonsense. It was just a lot of him being backstage, you know, him with Rick and Charlotte, and then later him with Golden Truth. I thought that was fine. I thought that was absolutely fine. That could have been a disaster, but it was absolutely fine. Yeah, so we saw Miz and Maurice. She was excellent. She was kicking off about the fact that Miz was only to have blue M&Ms. Yeah, she was kicking off about that, and also the fact that it was domestic water, I believe, and they only have European imported water. I can tell you that honestly, our water's water is water. I was going to say it's rubbish. It's not. Water's water. Do you know what? Water's amazing. Well, anyway, we had the highlight reel, and it was good. You know, Jericho saying how he's got the best guest he's ever had, and it turned out to be himself. Then Ambrose came out, turned it into the Ambrose Asylum, brought down his own little plant and everything, and it was great. I'm fine with these two being in a feud. Jericho can't win it. Jericho can't win it. Ambrose needs a win after that Lesnar fiasco is the word I'm going to use. Next, to get to see Apollo Crews going up against Adam Rose. This was fine. It was short. I really want them to turn Crews heel. I just think that he has got he's got such a fantastic look, but this goody kind of character, it's no good. Or not for me anyway. Maybe he can connect with the kids and whatnot with that character, and maybe if they just let it just evolve naturally rather than forcing him on us like what they did with Roman, then he might be all right. But there's something missing with him, and for me at the moment it's the fact that he's just too nice. I just want, he looks like a beast, he looks like an animal, and then he's all like, hey, how's it going? I'm Apollo Crews. Next, we had a promo for Baron Corbin. Absolutely brilliant. You know, how they're kind of building him as this massive deal, this big monster heel, which is right. You know, I mean, I can see him being in that main event picture because they need big heels. So it's right to build him, and he's certainly got the look. So yeah, watch this space. Finally, we had Reigns Wyatt, who'd been put together earlier in the night by Shane, going up against League of Nations, which was Sheamus and Alberto Del Rio. A lot of talk about Barrett. and I've got a big feeling that he will make an appearance next week because it's at London, so it makes perfect sense to bring him out. I know there's a lot of talk about his contract expiring and things along those lines, and I'm not sure if it's a case that he's done. Could be that he's done and gone, but why would you mention it? You know, if he's done and gone, leave it, move on. If, you know, you don't need to mention him this week if that's what's happened. The fact they did so regularly mention him, that makes me think that we're going to see him again next week, and this could build to, you know, something. If they've turned around and said, look, we'll take you out of the League of Nations, I mean, that alone would make him stay, sure to God. But if they've said, we'll take you out of League of Nations and we'll give you, you know, good title run or something, or book you with this storyline, that might convince him to stay. Because really, what are the alternatives? This is where he can earn the most money, and I know that's not the most important thing, but well, it does matter, doesn't it? You know, it helps. So yeah, hopefully he's going to be sticking around. We'll have to see, and hopefully we get those answers next week. Overall, this was a fantastic edition of Raw. Honestly, absolutely fantastic. I was thoroughly entertained from start to finish. Even the main event with the likes of Wyatt and Reigns and League of Nations, I was really into it because I didn't know what was going to happen. You know, I didn't know if Barrett was going to interfere. I didn't know if we were going to see Sister Abigail. What WWE have managed to do is just make you question every moment. I mean, we've just had Gallows and Anderson interfere during an Usos match against the Social Outcasts. I can remember, actually, I was in the middle of tweeting saying how stupid this was because the Social Outcasts had just lost the match because they had run around the outside of the ring. I can't remember what they call it, bobration or something. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I was in the middle of writing, and then out of nowhere, two of the most exciting stars in wrestling just emerge and beat up the Usos. Brilliant. It's brilliant. Well done, WWE. I've said this a few times. You did lose your way with WrestleMania weekend. There's no two ways about it. I actually think though that this was a better episode than last week's Raw. I'm really giddy about it. I thought it was excellent. Cool. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter at Wrestling Days UK. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, it'd be brilliant if you did, because I've got loads of videos coming out and I don't want you to miss out on anything you might enjoy. And yeah, you know, hope you enjoyed it as much as what I did. And hopefully see you again next time. Bye for now.